Hey guys, Eric here again with Pioneer Survival Company. With a severe winter storm about to hit more than half the country, I thought it might be a good opportunity to go ahead and go over a couple options for what you can do to protect yourself if you're caught out in a winter storm and you're stranded in your vehicle. Something as small as this and a small blanket could mean a difference between having an uncomfortable night or having your last night. All right, so excuse the hunting gear in the back of my truck. I still got my crossbow and ground pads in there from deer season. But for a blanket, you'll want something that's at least down to 32 degrees. What I have here is actually the Swagman roll by Helicon Text. Any blanket though, use what you have. You want something that basically is rated for the area and the weather you'll be in. During this storm, it's going to get extremely cold. So, it could be temperatures at or below zero. So even this blanket isn't quite warm enough for the conditions. However, I'll show you a couple tricks with this little kit here that will keep you, I can't say comfortable, but it will allow you to survive while you're stuck in your vehicle. Another reason why I chose the Swagman roll just for this demonstration is because there's a configuration where you can use it like a poncho liner. So it actually has a hood built onto it and you can drape it down over top of you and really wrap it around you. I like that feature just as far as it'll keep your body heat in your head and your body heat, kind of more contained around you. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing a blanket to throw in your car. Something like this is also nice and compact, so it can fit, behind your seat or in your trunk, not taking up very much room. Now within this little kit here, really nothing to it. All I have is an emergency blanket. So basically, one side's like tarp, the other side's Mylar, and the important part about this is Mylar reflects body heat. That'll be very important here in just a second. The other thing I have here is just a metal cup with handles on it. And I've got 3 tea light, these are I think rated for 8 hours, tea light candles. Any candle will really work. This is just what I had on hand, and I could easily fit 3 of them inside this little camp cup. You don't have to burn them all at once. Since they're an 8-hour burn time, you might, depending on the weather, maybe you'll need all 3. Or you could just want to reserve your resources and just burn one at a time if you think you might be out there for more than 8 hours. So essentially what I've done here is created a microclimate. What a microclimate is basically sectioning off the front half of the vehicle and just making a small habitable zone in the back seat. Inversely, you could also, if you wanted to, set up your microclimate in the front seat. I just have more room in the back of this truck than I do in the front, so it'd be more comfortable sitting back here. As you can see down here on the floor, I've got the candles lit down there in my metal cup. This helps to keep me from knocking it over and causing a fire hazard. Now you do still have to be very careful when you're doing this setup, because if anything were to fall down on the flame, obviously it would be a bad situation. Now, the average square foot of, most passenger vehicles is right around 15 square feet. So you need about 300 BTUs to heat this area up. Obviously it won't be comfortable, but to sustain life, you would need that much, many BTUs. Now, a candle only produces about 80 BTU. Now with 3 of these, that's going to be around 240. That alone is getting very close to the amount of heat that you would actually need to heat this to a livable temperature. Also, the human body produces 270 BTU. So if you add those together, you're creating definitely enough heat to survive. Now, in combination of the body heat that you're producing and the candles, along with sectioning off your vehicle, then you have your blanket on top of that, which is also going to help keep your body heat in and keep you warm. Now, I know I've stated this several times now. You're not going to be comfortable necessarily. This is just to maintain enough heat in the vehicle to keep you alive. Another thing you might want to think about is, you can go at least a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks without eating any food. However, you can only go about 3 days without water, possibly even less than that in extreme conditions, because I don't know if you can see my breath right now, but I'm breathing out moisture as I'm, talking or just standing here in the cold weather. So if you're out there for a prolonged period of time, you may actually need water. Another nice thing about having this metal container with the candles inside, you could actually get out, scoop up some snow, put the candles underneath it, and it will melt the snow. Now, I know a lot of people would just think, why do I need to melt the snow? I can just eat it. That is a horrible strategy, and one that everybody should know in a survival situation. Do not eat snow. It's not necessarily because it will make you sick. The problem is, when you eat cold snow, your body has to use calories and body heat in order to melt that and bring it up to the temperature of your body. So by eating, frozen snow, you're actually reducing your core body temperature, and it will make it harder to survive. All right, so I've had the candles burning in there for about, I'd say 15 minutes, and, I wasn't staying inside the vehicle, so that was actually all just heat coming from the candles, not my own body heat. And, well, I'll do a close-up here in a second, but I don't know if you can see that. But it looks like it started off as 12 degrees, and it's up to about 25 degrees, 26 degrees. So that's not too bad for just a few tea light candles burning in there. With my own body heat adding to that, that's getting real close to the rating on this sleeping bag here. So it's definitely survivable. Another thing to keep in mind is clothing. You either want to, obviously, if you're going out knowing that there's a storm, wear multiple loose-fitting layers. Those kind of help to retain body heat, or just keep some warm clothes in the vehicle with you. Another really important thing, if you know that you're going out and there's going to be adverse weather, maybe just let somebody know where you're going, what time you're going to be there, and what route you plan on traveling, and don't deviate from that route. If you run off the road and then don't show up to wherever you're supposed to be going, that gives search and rescue, or police for that matter, an easier area to search for you. Once again, my name's Eric Seitz with Pioneer Survival Company. Hopefully you're never in a situation where you have to use this information, but if you are, I hope the information has helped you. Also, if you can, please give us a like and a follow. It really helps our page grow. Also, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Pioneer Survival Company, or you can head over to our website at pioneersurvivalcompany.com, where we have different blog articles, we have online classes, and you can actually schedule in-person classes with us too. Thanks for watching.